And we're back with another series of Let's Play. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and this time around we'll be tackling Phantasy Star 3. We did Final Fantasy 3, let's do Phantasy Star 3. And there's a big disclaimer on Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. There are 4 endings to this game. We're going to attempt probably one of them. There is no, best ending, really. They're just different endings. And, this is a bit, the part of the disclaimer, this is a very slow, drawn-out game. And compared to the other Phantasy Star games, but it's also the most epic as far as the scale. Now, just to point this out there, I am using a mod. I'm playing a modded version of the game that completely fixes the translation because the US release, the English release, rather, got a lot of crap wrong. A lot of plot holes, a lot of not connecting to the original first 2 stories. A lack of NPCs in the game in general. This was a very poor localization that was done. And there's a patch that's out. It came out in 2019 called Phantasy Star 3 General Improvements. We will be using that patch to fix a lot of the stuff that's in this game. The legends of Landon, your home, describe a world-destroying war 1,000 years ago. The machinist Orakio fought with the evil Queen Leia and her hordes of monsters. How that war truly ended is unknown, but Landon was left isolated, and its people eventually forgot there were other worlds. Leia and her people became a story used to frighten children, and some said a weapon to control the minds of the people. 6 months ago, a woman with no memory washed up on the shores of Landon. She was beautiful, and Rhys, the young prince, began to fall in love. And so, like a pebble dropped into a still pool, this simple event rippled through the world, setting an epic adventure in motion. So already the translation is freaking better. Play the original and then check out this translation. You can get it at romhacking.net. I'm not going to tell you about how to get the ROM. That's up to you, and all the emulation stuff you got to figure out on your own. I'm not going to be telling you guys how to do that. But they have a tutorial of how to patch the original file and all that. But yeah, there's also some other changes that speed up problems that were generally in the beginning of the game, which is the opening activities in the game are incredibly slow. It takes you forever to level. It takes you forever to get XP and money. And now they didn't change it for the entirety of the game, just the beginning areas to my knowledge. Stories shape how we see our world. Your people tell of Orakio, who led a civilization that could travel the skies. But then the evil Queen Leia came. She destroyed what was and birthed a new world, where the stars change nightly, and where what lies beyond our borders is a mystery. No one here knows of the young girl who slew the Mad King, or the one free-thinking man who saved his world with a terrible choice. Now, though, a new tale begins, and where it all ends is up to you. Yeah, very different opening than the original, because it actually is trying to connect the other stories and explain a lot of the plot holes of why nobody in this world knows anything about the previous events of Phantasy Stars 1 and 2. This was not a series not meant to be a standalone, so I do want to point that out. So yeah, they fixed a few things in the early opening that you guys are going to notice right away. We're playing a translated version of the game, so there's going to be, everybody's got new dialogue. Different new dialogues, corrections, and they even added NPCs just to fill. There's a bunch of empty houses that I remember being in the game. All of that has been fixed. So, like I said, this will be an interesting Let's Play. Like I said, the difficulty will pick up because they only really kind of help you out in the beginning to make the opening parts of the game move along. So, Maya waits in the castle, Prince Rhys. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna get some new dialogue and whatnot. We wish you happiness with your new bride. Well, thank you, sir. May Orakio protect you from Leia. You do us all proud, Prince Rhys. Congratulations, Your Highness. And you bet we're going to talk to some of these people, goddammit. Trust in Orakio. He's the reason we haven't even seen a Leyen for 1,000 years. Mentioned the reference of 1,000 years ago, right? Got somebody over here. It's about time you got married, Prince Rhys. Of course. Have you found your true love, my prince? So anyway, let's move along here. Get this story underway. We talked to a couple of people. We'll do that. We'll talk to some of the NPCs every once in a while. Just so for those of you who have played this game before and are seeing this new translation that came out in 2019, you'll be able to enjoy it and see some of the changes. I'm going to try to show you as many changes that they've made with some of the NPC dialogue. Not going to waste too much time on it, though. Just going to point that out up front. Maya, I am honored to be loved by you, my prince. You and your people have been so good to me. Someday, if I can ever remember my old life, I hope my family will appreciate your goodness, just as I have. Now, shall we begin? It didn't change some of that dialogue, but like I said, they fixed plot holes. That's what they set out to do. Her saying goodness is not a plot hole. I, Rhys, do take thee, Maya, to be my Orakian filth. She can never be yours. No, Maya, can this really be happening? Is Leia so wicked she destroys even love? To arms! War upon Leia for this crime! Listen to yourself. War with the lands? We have not seen one in 1,000 years. My poor son shall not go to war this day. Guards, restrain our unfortunate prince. No man or beast can dissuade me, father. I shall find Maya, if it costs me my life. I will get my putang, I swear it! Yeah, at least they left the cheesy stuff in there alone, because I like it. It's got a old, we don't know how to write good dialogue charm to it. You know, that good 90s, 80s feel. Alright, so we get some loot. Oops, whoopsies. We get a dagger. 200 masitas. And a monitor. So let's go ahead and right now equip that dagger. There we go. I like this music. It's kind of nice. I don't know why. I just like it. As simple as it is. Do you remember me, Prince Rhys? Lena? No, but there's no time for that now. Quickly, I'll help you escape from here. Why have you done this for me? Let's just say for the sake of love. Make good your escape. Seek out true allies. Arm yourself well and bring your love home. Yeah, if only they could make us walk a little faster, right? I'm not kidding, that's part of what makes this a little slow. Alright. So here we are in the town. Now we have a few bits of cash to spend, but we don't have, dare I say, very much. Let's take a sneaking look around town here. So we have 200 bucks. The dagger, the hunting knife, the short sword, the claw, and the leather shield. Hard to say where to spend this. to be honest with you, our knife is okay. Like I said, they upgraded a few elements of the game to help move things along here. But if we're going to buy anything, what do we have already on us is really the question. I didn't really look that closely. Leather mail. Okay. Boots. With a dagger. Nothing on our head. Okay, well, if we want to buy a sword, it's going to cost us a pretty penny. Buy a leather helm, which is all we could buy from this store. Probably could buy a shield too, and that would be just as effective. We could also buy the hunting knife at 150, which would be better than what we've got on. The short sword is going to cost us a small fortune to get. We'll buy the hunting knife. And we're now out of money. We burned through everything we had very, very quickly. Let's go ahead and equip this as well. The leather helm. We could do that. And actually what we should do... just for the time being. We can get a shield later, but not going to worry about that right now. As we are broke. We have no money. Alright, let's go ahead and head outside of town here. But before we do that, let's go snoop around and talk to some of the local yokels who live in this wonderful, wonderful place. There's also all kinds of stores and shops, but not much we can do at many of them. Fortunes told, just one masita. We have no money. So, let's scramble. Let's scramble. Let's skedaddle, rather. Dragons do not live here in Landon. It's said they come from another world far to the east. Again, we're talking to the NPCs to see if there's anything new. You'll find your love, my prince, I know it. Okay, well, maybe nothing new there. I believe that's an added one. Like I said, if you're playing along with me and you're playing the original game, let me know what differences you see. Because there are going to be some differences. Remember Reikio's law. Kill no man or woman. A beast or machine, yes, but never a human being. Wow. I think Pete is going to have an argument with you over that. Because, yeah, I remember a lot of these houses having almost nobody in them. So. Alright, let's keep snooping around town here, see if we can get some information about where to go. Where will you search for trees? The towns of Ieta and Ilan to the south, islands at sea, or the mountains and caves in the east. So that's straight up the deal there. You kind of told us where we can go. The royal family is in mourning. Nobody's died yet. All monsters were made by Leia long ago. Wow, a monitor, it could track your location. Hence why we have it. Reikio used magical gems to reach other worlds, but the secrets of this art were lost long ago. Okay, so we have some direction, and that's how you learn about that direction. Where are we going to start our search? Well, we're going to go to other towns. And see if anybody can help us. As Lena told us to do. Right? Now, the battle system in Phantasy Star 3 is very wonky. You gotta... It's all automated, whether it's one-round automation or full automation. We go inside here. We pick our character, we decide what we want them to do, and we'll go after those guys there. And then we go ahead and we hit automate. And then he'll go ahead and do his deal. Ow, ow. And boom goes the dynamite. There you go. Now, we're not getting a lot of money. 10 Masitas for a fight when things that we want to upgrade to cost 300. Not good. So we got quite a bit of work cut out for us. It's a better situation than before. May Orekio protect our blessed town of Yeta. So this is clearly Yeta. Welcome to Yeta. The man by the fountain owns a boat, but he will not sail unless he has an android on board. Okay. The more you know. So, we were told of 3 towns. Hold on. I am a superstitious man, good Prince Rhys. Androids are good luck charms, if you ask me. I'll help you search the sea for your bride, but only if there is an android aboard with us. So, at least again, we're getting more direction here. Orekio knew how to build thinking machines. The androids he builds are just like normal people. You don't say. I think Leia's people all died long ago. We could use some healing items as a thing we need to save up some money for. Leia's people have very strange powers, I hear. Well, we do understand that they're monsters. I forget which one of these is an item shop, but we'll go check out and see what we need for some healing. Because we don't have any skills or any means to heal ourselves. Okay, we can't do anything with that. Here's the item shop. One of these. That items and supplies, I think. Okay, this is the inn. We don't want to do that yet. As we sneak around, this must be the item shop. This has to be the item shop. It's the merchant music. Supply shop. Yeah, monomate, dimate, antidotes, and escape. Okay. We definitely want some monomates and antidotes, and maybe one escape pipe. But yeah, that okay. So we got a little bit of a plan here. We are heavily undergeared, though. Not gonna lie, definitely, barely hanging in there with what we've got. The short sword is definitely something we want to buy, and I believe that we can't have the sword and a knife, but we'll figure that out. As we progress, we've got all the armor really that's necessary, so it's really stocking up on consumables and getting a few other goodies. So with that said, let's keep going this way. We'll head to yet again another town, because why not? Oh no, we've been ambushed. Here we go. Yeah. And the battle is won. Just enough for a healing. Why? May as well pick at least one more fight. Give us a few more bucks to spend on healing. Oh, well, not which one of those dudes. Come on. Alright. Let's go in here for the time being. We'll hit up the inn. Because we just need to. Because we're half dead, pretty much. $5. And yes, we'll save. Saving is your friend. Alright, let's talk to some of the wonderful lowlifes. I mean, wonderful people out here. Get out of the way. Welcome to our town of Elan, Prince Rhys. Well, welcome to you too, lady. Alright. As we kind of wander around town just to see if there's anybody worth talking to give us an idea of where to go next. Because we need to find ourselves an android. It's been said that the royal family of Landed descended from Orekio, but is it really true? I don't know. Could be. I'll head over this way. Talk to some of the people over here, see if we can get some more information. Reikio destroyed Leia many centuries ago. To question this truth is to invite ruin. So promising. The old man won't let me on his boat unless I bring an android. How can I get an android? That's a very good question. I saw one of Leia's people at the lake by the northeastern forest. The woman never blinked. Perhaps there's where we can start our search. Alright, let's get out of town, because that's the best we're gonna get. When it really comes to it, that's the best we're gonna get. Right? So, they gave us some insight into where we need to go, but we're still lacking in equipment. And going that way is a risk. Because we have the means to defend ourselves, but do we have the means to get there and come back? Now, if we're fighting this type of enemy all the way there, absolutely. We can absolutely make it. So we'll go for it and see if we get lucky. As I get stuck on that there. Hence why it's good to have the two weapons that we've got. Head into here. And you can see here's the lake, and who's that? And Rhys gained a level. I am Rhys, Prince of London. Who are you? Good lady, do you follow the teachings of Leia? No, I am not one of Leia's people. I am an android combat model designated Miyu type. What bothers you so, Prince Rhys? Tell me. I see. You have suffered a most terrible ordeal. I pledge myself to your service, Prince Rhys, as my master Orakio would have wished it. And I guess it's Mayu. Mayu joins your party. Mayu. It's funny, I know somebody named Miyu, that's why I wanted to say Miyu. So Mayu joins our party. As we now head back towards civilization. Specifically, we're going to head towards the old man. But we are at a bit of a loss here. And you'll see why in a moment. As we attack a few enemies, get some delicious XP. But if we open our menu, and let's take a look at Mayu. She's geared up. Now, in the original game, I believe she has very little gear on, if I'm not mistaken. So she comes pretty geared up. So that's really good. What do we need? Can we upgrade anything she's got? Not really. So, again, like I said, I believe that she comes with less gear on. So, yeah. So the fact that they reprogrammed it to put an extra gear on saves us the trouble of having to kind of dick around with that. We still need healing items, though. We don't have too many means to do much with. Let me see here. You just have the monitor, which just kind of shows us where we are. Doesn't show us much else. But yeah, our need for healing items is big. You know what I didn't check either was tech. So we have some healing techniques as well. So we'll have to deal with that. We have we have some stuff available to us. We just don't have very much. And we do need to improve our situation. Not gonna lie. And he's down. Okay, so let's come back to town here. Keep pressing the wrong button. There's one button to confirm for attacks. Then there's another button to confirm for menu looking and talking. And then there's a different button for talking. Well, the button used for confirming actions in battle is the same that opens the menu in the overworld. So we've saved. We've only got $20 to our name. So that's not going to help us at this juncture either. 12 XP to next level, 11 XP to her next level. So we can actually get that XP rather quickly. But I don't want to go to our first dungeon without any kind of healing items. Okay, so that's something I've got to consider. So with that said, this is a really good place for me to pretty much go. We'll go outside town. Let's take a look at like the enemy averages here. Hopefully you don't run into those fights with the level 1 birds, because you're not going to level up that way. And if we wander too far into certain various directions, we run into an issue of enemies being too strong, right? So luckily for us, though, we can take up to 4 enemies out in a single round. Okay. And best case, we fight 4 birds, they give us 4 gold. We fight those rat dudes, we'll get even more. I'm not even going to try to get their name correct. So, yeah. And the opening parts of Phantasy Star 3, like I said, are very, very, very slow. But it could be worse. It really could. But you know what? Let's actually move along for just a moment. So I do think we can do a little better than that XP. We could go to the first dungeon technically, and I believe we can level up there and then come back and heal. So let's make that plan. This is going to take, doing it kind of the old-fashioned way is going to take too long. Welcome aboard. I hear some jewel thief is hiding on the island. Could he be involved? Something tells me he might be important. And thus, we can now travel. See those old ruins down there in the muck? Our oldest legend says the evil dark forest is held captive there by the sword of Arakio. You don't say. You don't say at all. So here we are on the island. And thus we'll be going into this cave. But we're getting some new enemies here, that's good. There we go. And look at that, just one enemy giving 9 Masitas. Just from that. So we can enter this cave and use this as kind of a little hub for us to grind. As much as I'd probably like to go around and grab more goodies, we may as well just kind of spend a little bit of time leveling up here, because even these enemies could be a big threat to us if we're not careful. As you see, we're powering right through them pretty well. And we can be poisoned, which we got to be weary of, but 32 Masitas, we're going to be making some money here. I believe we can... Oh god, I don't remember which one. I think it's this one. There we go. So as you can see, we have their means to remove poison, but we don't have a lot of means. So we can't stay in these areas too long, but we can get some good money here. We'll get some XP as well. Well, as you can see, the enemy amounts are growing big. So, yeah, that's what we're pretty much going to do. Level up, get some money, buy a few pieces of consumable gear. Look at that damage. Wow. That's enough to kill Mayu right out the gate there. But luckily, everybody's level increased. So, not kidding. It's like I said, this game's balance in the beginning is pretty weak. Let's go ahead and res there. She's out of MP. TP, rather. And you can see it's actually taking more than it said. It said 3. She had 5. There's a lot of weirdness in this game. Just gonna throw that out there. But look at that. We already have, I think, roughly 108 Masitas already. It only costs 10 to you know. It only costs 10 to recover at the end, so we just need to get a few more items, really consumables to help us get through this dungeon and level up a bit, because that's a big thing too, the fact we're not at a decent level, because yeah, we're going to be taking tons and tons of damage if we don't level up some more. 15 to next level, 11 to the next level. So yeah, just leveling up in this game, there's going to be some stints where we have to just do it, even with the added improvements that the translated hack gives us in the opening of the game. As you can see, it clearly gave us enough gear to get started, but ultimately we still are kind of under-geared and under-leveled, so we're gonna have to deal with that as we progress through the game. So anyway, I'll thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/HectorStudios. When we come back, we'll have plenty of items to get us by, at least enough to get us through this dungeon. We'll be up a couple levels up from where we are. That way we can easily kind of get through, not easily, but it will be much more functional getting through not just this dungeon, but dealings with the other activities that we got to deal with going forward, so we won't have to stop and go grind as much. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.